Hey, welcome! This look into Solana's architecture is brought to you by Forge College. So, have you ever really stopped to wonder what actually happens in that split second right after you hit send on a crypto transaction? Well, today we're going to trace that incredible, high-speed journey on the Solana network, all the way from your click to its final, rock-solid confirmation.
You've totally been there, right? You click send and poof, your crypto just vanishes into the digital ether. And for those few moments, which can feel like an eternity, you're just sitting there hoping and praying it gets where it's supposed to go. Well, today we are pulling back that curtain to see exactly what's going on under the hood.
So our whole story kicks off the very instant you decide to do something on-chain. Every single transaction, it doesn't matter if it's a simple token transfer or some complex DeFi magic, it always starts its life as just a humble message, a little packet of digital info created right there on your device. Now, what's really fascinating is what's packed inside this message. You should think of it like a super secure, incredibly specific letter. It's got instructions, that's the what you want to do part. It lists account addresses, basically the who's involved. It includes your digital signature, which is the absolute proof that you and nobody else gave the green light for this. And finally, something called a recent block hash. You can think of this as a sort of timestamp that proves the transaction is fresh and not just some old replayed instruction.
Okay, so once you fire off this message, it doesn't just get to waltz right into the club. Oh no. First, it has to get past the network's bouncers. These are the very first validators that receive your transaction, and their job is to do a quick pat-down to see if it's even worth letting inside.
And this is basically their checklist. First up, a syntax check. Is the message actually formatted correctly, or is it just a bunch of digital nonsense? Second, the signature check. Does the key actually fit the lock? Does the signature really belong to the account that's trying to send stuff? And third, a quick wallet check. Does the account that's supposed to pay the fee actually exist? And more importantly, does it have enough SOL to cover it?
And this part is absolutely crucial. Like the slide says, these are cheap defenses. They're the network's first line of defense, and they're designed to filter out all the spam and just plain broken transactions right at the front door. This makes sure that the really powerful, resource-heavy parts of the network only spend their precious time on legitimate contenders. Efficiency is everything here.
Now, before we go any deeper, there's this really neat tool that developers have up their sleeves. It's called a pre-flight simulation. Think of it like a crystal ball for your transaction. It lets you run a quick little test to see if it's likely to succeed or fail, all without actually sending it to the network and spending any gas. It's a fantastic way to catch errors early.
All right, so our little transaction made it past the bouncers. Awesome. What's next? Well, now it gets sent to the main event, which is run by the current leader. So a leader is just a specific validator that's been chosen to process a whole block of transactions for a very, very short time. We're talking milliseconds here. And this design, having one leader at a time, is actually a huge reason Solana is so screamingly fast. It just cuts out all the slow back and forth chatter between validators trying to agree on the order of things.
The best way to picture this is like a high-speed assembly line. Our transaction is on the conveyor belt, and the leader is the factory foreman. They're grabbing all the valid transactions from the queue and slapping them down in a very specific order to be processed. And that ordering, it's one of the most critical jobs in the entire network.
Yeah, the leader's job is intense, for sure. As you can see here, they're collecting transactions, sequencing them, and then feeding that whole block into the runtime, which is the engine that actually executes all the instructions. This is also where any conflicts get sorted out. So if two transactions try to spend the same money, the runtime processes the first one it sees and just rejects the second. Simple as that. Once all that work is done, the leader packages up the results and broadcasts them out for everyone else to see.
In that broadcast, that right there is the key to decentralization. See, the leader isn't some dictator. They're more like someone proposing a version of history. They broadcast their processed block, and they're basically saying to the whole network, hey, here's what I did. Here are the results. Do you all agree? The other validators then get this block and cast their vote on whether it's valid. It's this voting that creates consensus across the whole network.
This brings us to a really, really important part of the process. And honestly, it's something that confuses a lot of people. It's about getting that final stamp of approval. In blockchain, there are kind of two different levels of done, and knowing the difference is super important. We're talking about confirmation versus finalization.
So first up is confirmation. When you see your wallet says a transaction is confirmed, it means it was successfully run by the leader and a bunch of other validators have seen it and voted, yep, this looks good. Every new vote is just another layer of confirmation. It's all about building confidence. But then there's finalization. This is the big one. Finalization is the point of no return. It happens after a supermajority of all validators have not only confirmed your transaction's block, but also a whole sequence of blocks after it. At that point, the network considers it permanent, irreversible. It's officially carved into the stone of the blockchain forever.
And this table just illustrates the difference perfectly. Confirmation is fast, and it gives you what we call a probabilistic guarantee. It's the network saying, yeah, we're pretty sure this is good to go. Finalization is slower, but it is guaranteed. It's the network declaring this is now a permanent, irreversible fact. For most of your day-to-day stuff, a few confirmations is totally fine. But, for a multi-million-dollar transfer, you're probably going to want to wait for finalization. Okay, so let's get practical. How can you use all this information when things go wrong? When your transaction seems to be stuck in limbo or just fails? Don't worry, we've put together a little detective kit to help you figure out what's going on. This table right here is your diagnostic map. It lays out the entire journey we just talked about, stage by stage, from submission all the way to finalization. And next to each stage, you can see which part of the network is responsible, like your wallet and the RPC node at the very beginning. By the way, an RPC node is just the gateway your wallet talks to get onto the blockchain. And most importantly, that last column tells you exactly how to check if your transaction made it past that stage. It's your complete troubleshooting guide.
So, if your transaction seems to have vanished into thin air, just use this as your checklist. For instance, did you even get a transaction signature back when you first submitted it? If not, the problem is probably with your wallet or its connection. But if you did get a signature and it just never shows up on a block explorer, well, maybe it failed that bouncer's intake check. By finding the last successful step, you can pinpoint exactly where things went wrong.
All right, so let's do a super quick recap of our transaction's big adventure. First, it's a multi-stage journey. Submit, validate, order, execute, confirm. Second, those early validation checks are absolutely vital for keeping the network healthy and fast. Third, the leader is the central coordinator, the factory foreman making it all happen. And finally, never forget the key difference. Confirmation is fast confidence, while finalization is slow, rock-solid certainty.
And that brings us to our final and maybe the most mind-bending question of all. We've mapped out this entire complex journey. We've seen all the steps, all the checks, all the votes, but how in the world does Solana manage to do all of that, from submission to confirmation in less than a single second? Well, that's a story for another time. We really hope this journey gave you a much clearer picture of what's happening behind the scenes on Solana. This deep dive was brought to you by all of us here at Forge College. If you want to learn more about this or any other Web3 topic, just head on over to forge.college. Thanks for watching.